All right, let's go. We're in Reason 14. So this is the newest version of Reason. A lot of upgrades. This is like a big update. So yeah, I really like the workflow of this. Been using it a little bit. So we've got our sequencer section, or like this arrangement style view. And then we can bring up the rack, which is like basically our channel. So like this is the synthesizer I'm using. Another thing I like is you can just bring up these keys. When this is activated and on the screen, we can play back on our keyboard. So I like to have that going. This other one, edit area. So if we bring that up, it just brings up the MIDI clip that we're working on. So yeah, all these are really handy. We can bring up the rack. It's in a separate window, so I can close that. And then we've got the mixer as well, or you can actually grab this top and it will bring the mixer down. It's always just waiting there ready. We've got this new track panel, so we can open and close that. So I've got it loaded up with Polytone. We can add like a kind of like a MIDI effect or a player device. I could just open it. That just opens up the rack. Or if I wanted, I could hit this other little folder icon. It'll browse, so I could change the preset that I'm using without like fully opening the rack. Sort of just like a quick way of browsing. And then below it, we have the mix channel. So I can add like effect devices. I can do third-party plugins as well. So I can just quickly throw on like this delay, for example. Then if we open it up, I can just go in and kind of like tweak the settings. But we also have sends here, and we can add to that as well. I'm just going to kind of like make the beat, and then I'm sure I'll think of more of the new features and we can kind of go over them while I'm making it. Pretty chill, like Plugg style MIDI. I might resample this as well. So if we go bounce in place, it's going to bounce that into audio. If we make these tracks a little bigger, I'll just unmute this clip. What I like to do is grab the slice tool, and then you can see these are kind of like our chords. So these bass, like root notes or bass notes. I like to slice where those root notes are, just so that it keeps the chord progression like in the same order. And then once I do that, I reverse it. So I can double click on this audio clip to bring up the edit area, or you can obviously hit this button. So I just move the playhead just to where I want it, so that I know that I'll make the right slice, and it'll just cut the clip like that. You can do it again. So if you also have this snap selected, it'll make the playhead, when we're up here, it'll snap to the grid. So it's a little bit easier to work with. Whereas if you go into the edit area, you can actually just like freely leave it. Make another slice there. Do the same here as well. So now they're sliced in time. I can select all of these 4 audio clips, and I can go and reverse it, and the chords are still in the same order. Those notes won't be, because they've been reversed. Now we can also open up this clip and create some little fades. You may have just heard it like click. So you just grab this little thing, just make some little fades in. And you can also make it on the way out as well. So yeah, we'll just do that. So on the bounce signal, I've just added this delay just to give it a little bit more depth. So we've got both signals playing over the top, and it just kind of like mashes them together into like more of like a texture. And one thing that I really like is this, I don't know if this is new, but there's an EQ built into each of the tracks. So I can bring that up, and I've just EQ'd it, taken out the low end. This is really handy because like every track you make, you're going to want to clean up, and it's right there built in. So, you know, you can just turn on low and high pass and just scoop out what you want. If I shift select both these tracks, and then I can right click and go create a track folder. So it's put them in like a folder together. So it's a bit easier to work with. I've just made a new track. So we're just going to keep layering this. So this is a lead that I just pulled up, and I just threw a delay on it. So we're going to add a track. We'll go into instrument devices, and I'm going to use the grain sample manipulator. So with this, I can load in like a one shot, like an 808, or yeah, any one shot, like a drum sample. This is kind of like how I work. There's obviously like drum kits and things like that you can use, or like these drum samplers. I'm just more of like a one-shot person, like it's just kind of like my workflow. So with the grain device, it's already loaded up with a sample. It's like a default preset. So you right click it and then you go reset device. So there's no sample loaded into it. I'll hit the browse sample, grab something from my drum kit. So I got this. So I go this 808, and what we want to do, see this little picture here? It's only got like half of our 808, so we want to drag this out so it plays the whole thing. And then we've got voices up here. We only want one voice so that the notes don't overlap. And then we can go in here and choose one shot mode. Might actually swap the sample out. And then we just want to adjust the ADSR with this amplifier. Turn the release up, so it plays the whole sample. And then we've also got like built-in effects. So there's distortion here. Alright, so I've just done the same process, but I've loaded up a hi-hat this time, and we're just going to keep laying down some drums. This is another nice new feature for arrangement. So we can obviously extend the clip and it's like empty, but if we're happy with this MIDI clip, which I am, I just want like a really simple kind of 2-bar hi-hat pattern that's like quite repetitive just to lay down a foundation. So if we go up to the top of the clip, it's got this looping feature and we can drag that out and it will duplicate that. So it makes it really easy for arrangement. Alright, and I've just done the same process with a couple of snares just to create some kind of like counter rhythm as well. So I'm really liking how this is sounding, so I'm just going to go in and just arrange the rest of the beat because I feel like we have enough here melodically to carry this out and keep it interesting. So we can also add in a track, it's like an audio track of course, and I'm just going to drag in a drum sample. It's really nice to have the meters here as well. Alright, so we've got our arrangement and I've just mixed the tracks roughly. So if we bring up our mixer, we can hit this button or we can pull this down. Feels a little less digital in a way. I like that this panel kind of like brings you away from the sequencer, so you can just play back and just actually listen without watching with your eyes and then just tweak what needs to be tweaked. The way that I like to mix my beats is putting a soft clipper on the mix bus. If you just open up your rack, so we've got the rack window open, you can click on the master section and this is what it'll bring up. These are our sends. We've got a reverb send and we have a ping pong delay, which is down here. I didn't use those in this beat, but they're still there nonetheless. So then this is our master bus and I've added in a third-party VST. This is standard clip that I use on my beats. This whole section is our master. Anything down here is going to apply to our master bus. I've added in this plugin. So the way you do that is you go add effect or add effect device and then you scroll over. So we've got all of these native plugins, but then we also have third-party stuff. So these are all my VSTs. Alright, so that's it for the video. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out Reason 14. This track will be featured in the template files. So check that out if you want to see how I mixed it and how I arranged it. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.